شارك معاك.
Okay, تمام.
تفضل يا زميل عمر.
All right, thank you very much, Khalid and Hanin, for presenting and giving me this chance. And thank you everyone who behind the screens. I'm really happy for this. This is Doha English event, and every day there I am. So today we're speaking about Sudan economic growth, hinders, and the prospect to tackle the reasons or finding solution for these problems. Generally speaking, when you say Sudan and economic, I think they go together. But unfortunately, the word economic, it missed out, and the way it's being represented, it's not precise. And the management of economic and the prospects are not well constructed, whether it's the domestic productions or whether it's other urban areas productions. I'm really even happy that before I go too deep in details, I had listened from the Omar, who is representing the agricultural sections and the urban development. I think he spoke in many areas, and I agree with him a lot about how we tackle and reason behind we facing economic difficulties, whether in agricultural productions or whether in all areas, I think. And one of the main things I would like to discuss is that why Sudanese every year or every government era facing economic difficulties. I'm not only speaking the transitional government sections, I'm not only speaking last decade government, but I'm speaking since Sudan started, there is the point that we're always facing economic difficulties, generally speaking. Why? And one of the funniest things is that Sudan is being named World Food Basket. You know that? World Food Basket means Sudan has the capability and ability to feed the entire Africa as well as Asia or Gulf country, generally speaking. And we know that this country almost 1.87 sector or kilometers, which is precise and convenient for the agriculture, and at the same time we miss out. And we have a clear areas of agriculture, but this agricultural section, I think it's mainly subsistence farming. And subsistence farming idea is that farmers, they only farm in a rainy seasons or autumn, generally speaking. And this farming is only feeding their families and the local demands, generally speaking. But why we don't produce higher or big production, whether it's the harvesting, to feed the world, as we have this iconic name, which is Sudan. This is a global food basket. That's a very big name title, I think. We need to keep it up. And I mainly judge and claim that the government, they should play this role to resolve this issue. How they can resolve this issue or how they can solve it is that they should give access and awareness, public awarenesses, whether in the media, whether in the local media producing companies, telling them that agriculture is the main gate for any country to be developed, I think. If you look up, the world is developed because of agriculture. Agriculture, we don't just only farm only one crops. We can farm many different things. And Sudan is in every corner of Sudan land or province, it's fitted and convenient for agriculture. Whatsoever thing you want to farm or you want to make agricultural field process. And the second point, the government, they need to help the citizens or people generally to farm properly and in a way that is constructed to focus on the result, how even they can get a concept of how they can export their goods or production to the outer world, whether it's to the neighbor countries, whether in the Gulf countries, generally speaking. This idea, I think we focus more about the mentality of farming and the awareness of how and importance of even producing the products mainly to the outer world. Because when we talk about the outer world, we need to have the higher currency. And when we say high currency, is that we talk about dollar, sterling, the things. And one of the problems that we face when you talk about exporting goods is that Sudanese, they don't have this kind of awareness whereby we always exporting our goods in a raw material. You know that? In a raw material means we just throw it there as it is before we invest it, before we manage it nicely. And there's, for example, local productions, whether it's the gum Arabic, we send it to the world easily. If you observe, Egypt is taking the huge advantage for this. Egypt is taking Sudanese gum and then making one of its local production to the international trading market process, whether in Europe or in America or in Asia. Why? If we say Sudan gum Arabic, or let's say gum generally, why we give an honor for a neighbor country to represent the honor of our productions? Yeah. I think this we need to tackle this issue, and its government play a big role, I think. And one of the third reason is that the local products management in agriculture, in the livestock. Let's focus on the livestock. When we say livestock, we talk about goat, camels. We generally just sending, for example, in all festival Eid time, whether in Saudi Arabia or whether in the Gulf or in Arab countries, neighbors countries, we need to take advantage of not sending the precise demand and the precise quality that they're describing it. We need to focus on, for example, if you look at the leather of the sheep, for example. Leather, today we have suit, we have shoes are being made. Shoes is almost